For centuries, alchemists toiled in their secret laboratories. Surrounded by bubbling flasks, strange metals, and coded manuscripts, they searched for the Philosopher's Stone, the mythical substance said to turn lead into gold. But what if I told you that the gold they were seeking wasn't metal at all? What if the real transformation was within? Manly P. Hall, in his great work, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, explained that alchemy, Kabbalah, astrology, and other hidden sciences were never just about external experiments. They were blueprints for the transformation of the human soul. Before we decode this, take a moment to subscribe to Occultus and tap the bell. Because in this series, we are diving into the vault of hidden wisdom, and liking this video helps bring more seekers to the path. So let's begin with alchemy. To most people, alchemy means charlatans trying to make gold. But to initiates, alchemy was a sacred science. The metals in their flasks symbolized aspects of the human being. Lead was ignorance, heaviness, the unrefined soul. Gold was illumination, purity, perfection. To transmute lead into gold meant to transform the lower self into the higher self. It was not chemistry. It was a spiritual journey disguised as chemistry. The stages of alchemy: calcination, dissolution, conjunction, fermentation, coagulation, each mapped onto stages of inner awakening, burning away impurities, dissolving the ego, uniting opposites, allowing new life to emerge, fixing spirit into matter. Every symbol in alchemy had two levels: the laboratory and the soul. Think about the symbol of the Philosopher's Stone. It was not a literal rock. It was the perfected self. The soul awakened to its divine nature. That was the true gold. Comment below. When you hear turning lead into gold, do you see it as physical or spiritual? Now let's shift to Kabbalah. The Jewish mystical tradition of the Kabbalah is centered on a diagram called the Tree of Life. 10 spheres connected by 22 paths. To the casual observer, it looks like geometry, but to initiates, it is a map of existence itself. At the top, the infinite, pure divinity beyond comprehension. At the bottom, the material world, heavy and limited. And in between, all the levels of mind, soul, and spirit. To climb the Tree of Life is to ascend in consciousness, step by step, until one unites with the infinite. Hall believed that Kabbalah preserved the same perennial wisdom as alchemy. One taught through symbols of fire and metal, the other through diagrams of numbers and letters. But both pointed to transformation. Both insisted that the true temple was not out there, it was the human being. And here's where it becomes fascinating. When you look closely, the sciences of alchemy and Kabbalah begin to overlap. Both speak of stages of purification. Both insist on the union of opposites, male and female, spirit and matter, light and shadow. Both see the cosmos as a living system and the human soul as a reflection of it. This is why Hall devoted so much of the secret teachings of all ages to these sciences. Because they are not random curiosities. They are maps. And once you begin to read them, you see that all wisdom traditions are pointing to the same truth. Man is unfinished, but man can be transformed. Whisper. For those who find Hall's encyclopedia overwhelming, some guides have been created that decode his work into practical insights. One is called The Secret Teachings Decoded, unlocking Manly P. Hall's encyclopedia of hidden wisdom. It doesn't replace the original, but it helps seekers apply the alchemical and Kabbalistic principles in daily life. If you're curious, I'll leave a link in the description and the first comment. Now let's explore astrology. Not the newspaper horoscopes, but the ancient science of the stars. To the ancients, the heavens were not dead matter. They were alive, a cosmic text written in light. The zodiac was not about predicting your daily luck. It was a symbolic language of cycles, influences, and archetypes. The 12 signs mapped not just the sky, but the stages of the human soul. Aries, the beginning. Pisces, the dissolution. The wheel was a mirror of the eternal rhythm. Hall explained that astrology, like alchemy and Kabbalah, was another tool for understanding transformation. Not in the sense of being ruled by fate, but in seeing how the cosmos and the individual reflect one another. As above, so below. Think of it like this. The ancients didn't see themselves as separate from the universe. They saw themselves as participants in its great dance. The stars were not just lights. They were symbols of powers, forces, patterns. To read the sky was to read the soul of the world. Let's not forget Hermeticism, the philosophy behind so much of this hidden science. The Kabbalion, which we explored in another series, distilled Hermeticism into 7 principles. Hall drew upon the same tradition. Hermes Trismegistus, the legendary figure who combined Greek and Egyptian wisdom, was said to have given humanity the keys to alchemy, astrology, and Kabbalah. Do you see the pattern? Different names, different symbols, but the same goal: transformation. So why does this matter now? Because in our modern world, we often see science and spirituality as separate, but the ancients did not. For them, studying the stars, the metals, the numbers, was also studying the soul. The hidden sciences remind us that reality is layered, symbolic, alive. And perhaps most important, they remind us that transformation is possible. You are not fixed in stone. You are not condemned to remain in lead. You can become gold. This is why Hall's book still inspires, because it shows that the path of transformation has always been there, hidden in symbols, rituals, and sciences. So let me ask you, what science or path do you feel most drawn to? Alchemy, with its fiery transmutations? Kabbalah, with its tree of infinite ascent? Astrology, with its cosmic patterns? Leave your answer in the comments. And if you found this exploration valuable, share it with a friend who loves mysteries and hidden knowledge. Don't forget to like this video. It helps more seekers find this channel. And subscribe to Occultus so you don't miss our next episode, where we bring it all together. The legacy of Manly P. Hall and why the secret teachings of all ages still matters today. Until then, remember, knowledge is power, but hidden knowledge is transformation.